Hello, this is Unlimited Splash, where we get better at Magic together through a new draft every day. And today I am thrilled to be bringing you another Lorwyn Eclipsed draft. Don't worry if you're not super familiar with the format yet. I'll be carefully talking through all of my picks, reading a bunch of the cards, and trying to explain all of my gameplay decisions as clearly as possible. Let's jump into it. Okay, first impression of this pack, I do think Formidable Speaker can be good. When it enters, you discard a card, search your library for a creature, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. The second ability, I'm not sure when exactly it comes up. I do think the elf deck is quite good. One good thing about this is you could discard an elf when you have graveyard stuff going on, but most often you will have a bomb in your deck, you'll discard a land, and you'll go and find your bomb. So I think this card's pretty good. 2/4 for 3 is not the greatest stat line, especially in the aggressively inclined elf deck, but I think I'm just going to be taking this. Lissalana Informant would be a very nice card to wheel out of this pack if at all possible, or even Moonglove Extractor. But I'm going to take this and I'm going to lean towards playing some kind of an elf situation. There's also a Glister Bairn in the pack. If we get that back, we could think about playing Vivid. But I'll take this, and I'm most inclined to play elves with it. But now we get a Kithkin sorcery, Create a token that's a copy of a Kithkin. Someone makes a 1/1 Kithkin. Your creatures get +3/+3, which is nothing to sneeze at. And a creature you control fights a creature an opponent controls. This could be quite good. I haven't gotten to play with this card or see it cast, but the flexibility on this, and for only 3 mana, probably is just good. There's also a Crossroads Watcher for the Kithkin deck, Timid Shieldbearer as well, so we might wheel one of those. Protective Response is more of a Merfolk card. Now, I am going to say it's very possible that with Formidable Speaker, we are just supposed to take Nameless Inversion. Nameless Inversion is such a good card, but I kind of want to play with the Kithkin rare. I actually don't know which one is more powerful between Bridget's Command and Nameless Inversion. It could very well be Nameless Inversion, but I kind of want to play with the rare that I haven't played with yet. So I'm going to take that one, noting that perhaps Nameless Inversion was technically the pick. There are 2 very good elf cards here, though. One is Dawnhand Eulogist, which is definitely a card that I underrated. It is a 3/3 for 4 with Menace, which I think is already pretty good. You mill, which is really synergistic with the elf deck, and then it also drains 2 life from the opponent, which is quite a lot of drain. That's a 4 life point swing. Also, Midnight Tilling is a very nice enabler a nice enough enabler for the elf deck, but I'm going to take the Dawnhand Eulogist. It's just a solid common that goes well with my Formidable Speaker. With this start, obviously, I kind of wish that I had taken that Nameless Inversion, but you can only have so much in life, and we could just as easily be in the green-white deck. I will take Scarblade Scout. Surly Farrier would be fine. Better if we go green-white. I also love Silvergill Peddler. This is one of the draws into Merfolk for me. This one enters with a -1/-1 counter, so it's a 1/4, and you remove a counter to draw a card. I do like that kind of a card, but this is more controlling, and it probably wouldn't want to go in the same deck as Bridget's Command by and large. So I think I'm just going to take the solid creature for the elf deck, and we'll just see if elves is open. Scarblade Scout is a really nice one for elves because it's a 2-drop, it mills you, it's just good. Same with Virulent Emissary. This is a Soul Warden that has Death Touch. That's just kind of bonkers. We used to get Soul Warden and think it was amazing. Now Soul Warden comes with Death Touch. There is also a Bogslither's Embrace, which you blight and exile. There's a Pacifism, which is good. There is a Flock Imposter, which I like this card. You have to do things around it to make it work, but I like this one. And then Kirill, Attentive First Year, Choppy's triggered abilities. There could be a deck for this card, but it's really a build around. But we are absolutely just going to be on the extremely, extremely powerful 1-drop. No doubt in my mind. We could take Reaping Willow. This card is at its best in a black-white deck where you can play either of the hybrid mana costs. But it is kind of nice in the elf deck if you can possibly make it work, because it does bring back the elves that you mill through your other means like Scarblade Scout or Dawnhand Eulogist. So we could speculate on this and see if we can get some fixing that would make that white a little bit easier to pay. Kind of a similar situation with the Wary Farmer. I think I'll speculate on the Reaping Willow. The other question in my mind is either Stoic Grove Guide or the 2/1 that draws a card when it attacks. Oh, now this is very interesting. Look at this. We have Glister Bairn, which is a Vivid card. Puka's Eye, which is a Vivid enabler, Wildvine Pummeler, which is a Vivid card, and then we have Barbed Bloodletter, which I don't think is very good, but I did misread it. The fact that it gives Wither, right? I just didn't pay attention to the fact that it gives Wither earlier. That is very good. And then Meander's Guide is a fantastic card in the Merfolk deck, but that's pretty far from where we're at right now. I'm actually going to speculate on this Glister Bairn. I think I'd rather have it than the Pummeler, and we know that there was another Glister Bairn. So I'm kind of a sucker for Vivid. I could take Unwelcome Sprite here. I would say Elves as a... Well, this is an elf. This is a classic elf. So I can't really say that Elves is drying up, but it's not the best elf that you've ever seen. I think maybe I'll just take Great Forest Druid, because that would help me cast my Reaping Willow. And if we end up, yes, wheeling the Glister Bairn, now that we have 2 Glister Bairns, we've got to do some kind of a Vivid something. So we're not in classic Elves anymore. And look, we wield the Shimmer Wilds growth. We're very much not in Elves. We're in some kind of green-based Vivid deck with double Glister Bairn, a Reaping Willow. We probably can play the Bridget's Command. Now we have a Shimmer Wilds growth to tie it all together, and another Shimmer Wilds growth. Okay, so this is turning out to be a pretty sweet Vivid deck, in my opinion. I can take Sundappled Celebrant. I think it's possible that I play it. I'd rather have that than the random combat trick. And Appeal to Erdu is really a Merfolk card. What do you do? You seem good. Erdu, Carrier of Dawn, 3 and 2 white for a 5/5 flying lifelink. I'm in. 5/5 flying lifelink for 5. This is like almost a Baneslayer Angel or something. Creature spells you control have Convoke. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay a black. If you do, flip it. Each other non-token creature you control has Persist. Oh, wow. So all your creatures come back, and then you can flip it again to make your creatures get Convoke. Yes. Yes. I would say I'm a yes on that. So I can take this. There's also Moonvigil Adherence, which is a really good one. This thing is a classic elf. This is just one of the classic elves that makes elves great. And that's about that on that. I mean, maybe I'll try to wheel Wary Farmer or Stoic Grove Guide. We probably are going to end up basic green-white, actually, with this start. Okay, this is some goblins build around, right? You make 2 goblins, and when a goblin dies, some things happen. I probably am just going to be on Lissalina Informant. Once again, we're seeing a bunch of good Merfolk stuff, but I think I'm just on Lissalina Informant. This card, when it enters or dies, you Surveil. That's just good. That's just going to be good for us. I don't know that I'm necessarily in black. That's a big question mark. It is kind of nice to be in black, as the Reaping Willow is really good in the Vivid deck. Reaping Willow plus Glister Bairn is going to give all of my stuff +4/+4. So I'm just going to take the Lissalina Informant. It fixes my draws a little bit. I loved this card. Well, I liked it enough in March of Machines, and it's good again here. What does this do? I haven't seen this. It deals X damage to target creature. Okay. When it dies, exile a number of cards from the top of your library equal to its power. Choose a card exiled this way, and you can play that card. If I can possibly splash this, I want to. Deals X damage to target creature, so you are trading down on mana, but then you get a card back for doing it. I think this card could be great. I wouldn't mind an Evolving Wilds, but I think let's just take the powerful card. And the whole point of playing Great Forest Druid plus double Shimmer Wilds growth should be that I get to play a whole bunch of powerful stuff. That's the whole point of playing all of those different colors. Here we have a choice between Hallowed Fountain, which we don't have any splash into blue yet, so I'm not totally sure how good that is, and Prismatic Undercurrents, which I suspect is very bad. When it enters, you search for X land cards, but then you put them into your hand, and the second ability, you can play an additional land, is pretty much irrelevant, because by this point, you already have most of your hand empty, probably. I'm going to speculate on the dual land. An enchantment, this is a Vivid payoff, but an enchantment for 4 that does not affect the board, there's a very high bar to playing that, to playing any card of that description. Here, I could take Iron Shield Elf, which I think is very powerful, but I'm actually on Eclipsed Elf. This card will help me hit my land drops. It can reveal elves from the top, so, you know, I could get Virulent Emissary, for example, to keep me alive. The body is not bad, and it's quite flexible to play. If I'm anywhere in the... It looks like I'm kind of centering on Abzan. I do think Iron Shield Elf is fantastic, but I really like the idea of hitting all of my land drops. All these Eclipse cards are just superb. Okay, I'm all over taking another Shimmer Wilds growth. That's kind of the cap. I don't want more than 3, but I think 3 is good. This is just ultra ramp, ultra fixing all the time. I would also happily play a Dawn's-Light Archer here, and maybe even Swat Away. The double blue is a little tricky, though. Target opponent exiles 2 cards from their hand for 4 mana. This card has typically been fine in recent sets for 3 mana. I'm really not sure about 4 mana. I think I'll either take Blighted Blackthorn, which would be kind of nice as a thing to ramp into, or I'm wondering if I take Furdock Core. The card is not good, but it could be kind of nice to have an extra, just be all in on the ramp plan basically and fixing. Here I think I'll take Blood Crypt. It can help me play my End Blaze Epiphany. I could also take the Stoic Grove Guide, but my guess is that those are going to be pretty replaceable. So let's take the Blood Crypt. This is just a 5-color soup vivid awesomeness deck. Here, okay, this thing can give things haste. I'm going to take the Moonglove Extractor. There's also a Silvergill Peddler in the pack, which I love, but we are not in Merfolks. We are not in Merfolks, my friends, in case you were wondering about that. Selectite Dagger is not playable. I tried it early on and misunderstood what it did, and that was a mistake. I could take Eclipsed Realms, but I am not all in on any one creature type. Here I'll take an Evolving Wilds, and I'm actually quite happy to see that, I think. And basically, we're just hoping to get a nice bomb in our next pack that we can play. That's the goal. Oh, Moonglove Extractor. I might very well play that guy. Kinscare Sentry. Yeah, I think I can probably play that. This is a 2/2 First Strike Lifelink for 2, so it's at its best in a very fast deck. But we are going to be playing a bunch of white. Imagine, and this thing has First Strike and Lifelink, imagine Glister Bairning onto it. I know that's, several turns later, but that's pretty good, right? You can make yourself like a 5/5 First Strike Lifelink. When it attacks, you can put a creature card with mana value X or less onto the battlefield tapped and attacking, where X is the number of creatures you control. So you can imagine putting a Erdu, like you play this guy and 2 other creatures, and then you attack with, oh no, you need more than 2 other creatures. It has to be 5 creatures attacking. But still, it seems really good. It seems really good. I'm going to take it. I'm not doing the super fast plan with it, but I think that's fine. Here I could take Puka's Eye. Which is a Vivid Enabler and a Vivid Payoff. I could also take Alyssa Dignitary, which I think is what I'm going to do. You can only add 2 mana if there's an elf in your graveyard, but I have a pretty good number of elves. Yes, I think I have a pretty good shot of getting elves in my graveyard. It is a ramp card. I suppose I could also take Dawn's Light Archer, Wretched Wretch, which I actually think is not what I should take here, and Dawnhand Eulogist. I think I'll take the 2-drop that can ramp. Puka's Eye is a good one. I'm actually hoping to wheel the Puka's Eye. Oh, this card is so cool. I don't know if it's good, but it's so cool. Affinity for Forest. When a land enters, you make a 3/4. So you're just trying to spit this out, play some lands, and then make stuff. I think this counts as a bomb. I mean, if this costs 5 mana, then I think it's pretty good. It was a worse card, was good in, I guess Final Fantasy. A 5 mana enchantment that doesn't affect the board, but it makes a 2/2 every time you play a land, and this one makes a 3/4 every time you play a land. So yeah, I would say if you have 5 forests, or if you have 3 forests, it can be good. So yeah, I'll try that one. I'll try it. I don't know if it's good, but I'll try it. Here, I think I want to Assert Perfection over Changeling Wayfinder. I just have a lot of stuff. That I can do. Our Glister Bairns do require triple green. That is something to pay attention to. Well, no, I guess Shimmerwild's Growth, I could choose blue if I already have my green under me. So yeah, okay. I'll take Assert Perfection. I think Assert Perfection is good. The one thing about Assert Perfection is it does require you to... it's good because it is asking of you that you be assertive, and assertive decks tend to win, but I still think it's good. Temple Garden is a perfect mana fixing for me. I will say I would love to have Shimmer Creep, but I think I'll just take this one. I would love to have the Shimmer Creep though. I don't think we're that all in on Vivid. We're kind of a green black beatdown deck. Green, kind of an Abzan beatdown deck that happens to have some Vivid payoffs. It's more like that. But speaking of Vivid payoffs, happy to play the Wildvine Pummeler. This could easily be a 6/5 for 4 or 6/5 for 5 for me in a lot of situations. I actually will also probably play the Luminolisk. When it enters, you gain life equal to the number of things you control. I mean, it's good with Assert Perfection. It's a bit of a speed bump for my opponent. I don't think I'm on the Dawnhand Eulogist plan so much. I might not even play the one that I have. So let's take the Luminolisk. Another Assert Perfection is fantastic for me. Very happy to see that. I'll just snap it up. Here, I think I'll take Foraging Wickermaw over Dawn's Light Archer. I might play the Wickermaw over one of the growths. I'm not sure. I don't really like having all of these. Well, no, the ramp cards are actually probably good for me. I actually might play Gut Splitter Gang or Dawn's Light Archer if I had them, but I'll take this. I really was hoping to wheel this Puka's Eye. Thrilled to see that. I'll absolutely play it. Here, I actually could end up playing Chitinous Graspling. It's not so good. A 3/4 for reach for 4 is maybe not the best stat line. So I don't love playing that card, but it does add to my Vivid count. Although maybe not so much because what it adds is the same thing that Glister Bairn adds, and Glister Bairn is my main Vivid payoff. Okay, I have some cleaning up to do. So let me clean this up for a moment. Okay, this is kind of funny, but I'm looking at something like this. So the idea of the deck is every game, basically, you're playing either Great Forest Druid or Shimmer Wild's Growth on 2, fingers crossed. So then you pretty much don't want a lot of 3-drops. You really want your 3-drops to count, and you want to be ramping into 4-drops or double spelling 2-drops and getting closer to your 5-drops. I'm choosing not to play a mountain because I have Blood Crypt, Foraging Wickermont, triple Shimmer Wild's Growth, and a Great Forest Druid. So it means my Evolving Wilds can't fix me into red, but hopefully that's okay. I think Puka's Eye is looking good. With Shimmer Wild's Growth plus Foraging Wickermont, should have a lot of different ways of getting a red permanent or a blue permanent. And Puka's Eye can be the other one. So yeah, let's see what this looks like. I think this deck might require some iteration, but let's try this version of it and see how good it is. 5-color Vivid, let's go. I'm really excited to try out this archetype. I've done very little of it, and as Unlimited Splash, I must say, this really is the style of Magic that is very close to my heart. Okay, we have a very tough test of our deck immediately right off the bat against Mythic player number 61, who I assume is not going to be messing around with hands that look like this. So let's see what we can do. I'm anticipating a very fast start from our highly ranked opponent. Okay, Swamp, pass. Okay, that's kind of my speed. All right, I'll play this, have it enter tapped. I'll probably go with Great Forest Druid turn 2. Yeah, this is like, I see high Mythic players playing that card a lot. A heck of a lot. All right, I'll go ahead and play Great Forest Druid. Triple black, so they may be mana screwed. And they don't have an elf in the bin. Okay, so I can Endblaze Epiphany their safe right if I want to. I have a few different options. One is to just slap down a Reaping Willow and then go into Glister Bairn and just be the aggressor. I kind of like that move and save Endblaze Epiphany. Endblaze Epiphany is until your end of your next turn, so if I did that here, I would get to play it. Another option is to go Kinscare Sentry plus Puka's Eye, but I kind of like the idea of playing this guy. I think he's going to do a good job of holding things back. The opponent does seem to be either stuck on black or they're doing something really cool with just playing mono black, which is extremely possible. Extremely possible. Okay, no, they are playing a classic elf deck. Yeah, a lot of people at High Mythic are playing elves, let me tell you that. So here what I can do is I can play Glister Bairn and attack with a 5/7 lifelinker. Is that good? It sounds good, right? So I play the land. I have enough mana to play. I have enough green to play Glister Bairn. Glister Bairn would give +4 to this. They could triple block. How do I feel if they triple block me? I guess that could be kind of crummy. Because if they triple block, I kill the Safe Right and Moonglove Extractor. But I really want the Weeping Willow to get to bring things back from my bin. Okay, I've decided to play Kinscare Sentry. Holding up Endblaze Epiphany for 2. Perhaps I just play Puka's Eye and go for the last. Actually, I kind of like this move. It's a little passive. And I will choose, so I'm going to have green, blue, white, black. I need to choose red here. So this is a very passive way of doing it, but I think the way that I win this game is on value against elves.deck. I need to not get run over. Looks like they have Assert Perfection. Yes, they do. So that's definitely terrible for me. Okay, it's possible that I just played this all wrong. Take a bunch of damage. Because now my lifelinker is gone. Okay, perhaps I should have just attacked and tried to make the trade. All right, well, I will play this tapped let's see. So let's see. I mean, after what just happened, I kind of want to play my Glister Bairn and attack with a 4/4 first strike lifelink. But then they're going to crack me back for 7. I think 6 first strike lifelink sounds good to me. So I'm actually going to pay 2 here so that I can block. Well, am I going to block Dawnhand Eulogist with Glister Bairn? This is really tough. Yeah, I think having the blocker is good. So I'll play Glister Bairn. Next, buff this guy. Attack for 6 lifelink. Fortunately, I cannot put anything into play. Bonk. I go up to 15. And end. So I have some blockers in order. But I imagine they have plenty to do here. Kind of would have been nice to have Endblaze Epiphany up for when they attempted Assert Perfection, but you cannot have everything in life, my friends. That, if I teach you one lesson, let it be that. You cannot have everything in life. Yeah, I thought they had Blight Rot, so that checks out. Pass, I will block the 2/1. Take 7. Creekwood Safe Right is one of those cards that you just encounter every time you play someone who has a high rank at Mythic. I do not have an elf to behold. Well, no, I actually do have an elf to behold, right? So I guess I can play this. Do I have an elf in my graveyard? No. Play this and shoot something. I could also play this and play the Chitinous Graspling, and then I have a bunch of blocks. I think I kind of want to... So I suppose I could also growth on a land, tap 2, and play the Dignitary. And then I get to hold up Endblaze Epiphany and also have Puka's Eye up. That sounds good. So let's do this for blue. Play the Dignitary, beholding an elf. Can't I behold the elf in my hand? Reveal an elf card from your hand. Yeah, seems allowed. So I'll reveal an elf card in my hand. Next, no attacks and end. And then I can activate this, right? I have blue, red. Why do I not seem to be able to activate this? I have blue, red. Oh, I'm missing black right now. Oh, I should have chosen black. I actually blundered there, didn't I? Yep, should have chosen black. My bad. Okay. Pass to damage, and I guess... Unfortunately, I think I have to throw something away here. So I suppose I double block like this. And take the 5. If they have +3/+3 trick, I die. So what does this do? Death Touch. Okay. Sure. That's unfortunate for me, but it happens. Oh, hold on. Before damage, I can do the following. That's kind of cool, right? Before damage, I can do this. After first strike damage, but before the rest of damage. Okay, I like that. I like that. Yeah, I like that move. And I will choose to be able to play... Oh, Luminolisk is a nice one. Gain a zillion life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could also take the Virulent Emissary. I think I want the Luminolisk. I think it's kind of arrogant not to play Luminolisk. Okay, go to 5. Dawnhand Eulogist happens. Yep. Sure. Oh, I actually can't... Do I have an elf in my bin yet? No, still no. Okay, but that's fine. I actually drew a land. So I get to play Luminolisk. Darn, I really want a black permanent. I wish I had not blundered and had successfully chosen the color that I didn't have. That's really awkward. Otherwise, Puka's Eye would be drawing me. If I'd chosen black here, Puka's Eye would be drawing me cards starting next turn. So that's too bad. I have a pretty reasonable chance of getting a black permanent, I think. Okay, I will simply... Probably let's just double block this and save our Luminolisk, I think. I don't really care about Lissalina Dignitary. I'm anticipating a trick. Okay, they don't have one. Okay, I have Eclipsed Elf, 2 Shimmer Wilds growths, Foraging Wickermaw, or did that one already die? No, I could draw Foraging Wickermaw. Rats, I should be drawing a card here. That's so bad. I'll probably save this forest for Sapling Nursery. All right, next no attacks end. I'm at 7, which is not the greatest HP ever. Yeah, this is what the Elf's deck does. Everyone who's in like top 100 Mythic is just playing Elves only pretty much at this point. All right, Eclipsed Elf. That's my honest experience. It's like 100% Elves up there. Just a bunch of people playing Elves against each other. All right, Eclipsed Elf. Oh, there's Sapling Nursery and Glister Bairn. Okay, well, I'll take the Swamp, I guess. And then I will tap and tap this one to draw a card. Shimmering, ugh, not good, not good. Well, I might as well play it, I guess. I'm not really sure. Oh, and I guess I tapped wrong. That's fine. Doesn't really matter if I play that or not, does it? I think I'm just dead. I'm just guessing on intuition that I'm dead because I have a menace creature, 2 menace creatures. So I'm not really sure. I might just be dead. We'll see. I'm very happy with my deck. I mean, we're really going toe-to-toe here. And if I'd played Shimmer Wild's Growth correctly, I probably would have had... Well, I don't know what would have happened, but I would have had another chance to draw some really good cards. I'm happy with my deck, though. So if they attack with everything, Kinscare Sentry blocks probably Moonglove Extractor, Lissalina Informant gets blocked by Great Forest Druid, Lissalina Dignitary blocks the 2/2. No, something has to chump a creek would safe right, because then I'm double blocking a Dawnhand Eulogist. Probably Eclipsed Elf plus Great Forest Druid, double block a Dawnhand Eulogist. Luminolisk plus something. So I'm going to do something like this. Luminolisk and this one. Sorry, that's not what I'm trying to do. Luminolisk and this one block that, and then I take 4. How good is that? Not very good. Do I want to sacrifice Kinscare Sentry here? Not really. Not really. I mean, the other option, this is the more defensive block. I think maybe the day of my lifelink mattering that much is over. I kind of like this block. It does lose my First Strike lifelinker, which is the best card for holding all of these back. They're going to kill Luminolisk and also kill Eclipsed Elf, so then maybe I can't hold this back anymore. Okay, maybe I just let that one through for now. But then what's my plan for blocking it next time? Lissalina Dignitary plus Great Forest Druid isn't going to do it. Okay, I think I'd better actually do that. It's kind of sad because Kinscare Sentry is what's holding back all of their other creatures. I'm just glad I'm not actually dead on board. I kind of thought I might be. Unfortunately, now I'm really far from Puka's Eye, right? Blue, green, black, and then I also need white. Oh, a land. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't be playing the triple Shimmer Wilds. I don't have enough card advantage for that to be really good, I guess. I almost just lose here. I'm going to play this turn just... Well, let's see. I might as well choose blue because I think my only blue... Oh, no, I already have blue. I might as well choose... And then I have red, black, and white. I'm more likely to draw a white permanent than a black permanent. I actually have no chance of drawing a black permanent any longer. Okay, so then I'll choose black. And I will play a land because I put my tree folk thingy on the bottom. Yep, this is really bad. This is really bad. Dream Harvest. What did you just get? Assert Perfection, Shimmerwild's Growth, and Lissalina Informant. And you get to play every single one of those. So you're going to attack. Well, let's see. Is there any card in my deck that could save me here? Very unlikely. Wait, so, and they didn't play the others because... Okay, I'll go to 1, I guess, whatever. They didn't play the others because they're just going to attack first and then they'll do it. Yeah, all right, well, I'm proud of how long we held out against one of the top players in the world on the deck that everyone at that level is playing. I could play this, but unfortunately then I cannot also activate it because it's summoning sick. I do feel that it's a little awkward to be playing so many lands. Basically the triple Shimmer Wilds growth are all lands, so it just is adding to my land count. But our deck felt very powerful. It's just that they were on the curve out deck. So yeah, I'm not really inclined to make a change. I could cut 1 Shimmer Wilds growth in favor of a more expensive card. But I kind of want to do one more run before I do something like that. And I guess if I had been drawing earlier on the Puka's Eyes, maybe I would have hit my Tree Folk thing and then I could have stabilized. So I did make one big gameplay mistake, but I think it actually only affected one opportunity to draw. And the other thing was, yeah, maybe I was supposed to play the Glister Bairn early and attack with the 5/8. The only problem with attacking with that 5/8 lifelinker, the Tree Folk, is they could triple block and then I would be trading it for a 3/3 and a 2/1. But in retrospect, the elf deck is so desperate to just curve out and beat down with pure stats. Maybe just 2-for-1ing is just good for me and I'm supposed to do it. I think that's very possible that I was just supposed to do it. So a learning opportunity, maybe just if you have the opportunity to trade 2-for-1 with that deck, you're just supposed to. Here I will do Shimmer Wilds Growth and I will name red again, I think, right? Because I have no red permanents in my whole deck, whereas I do have black, white, and green. So I'll name red. And then next turn, I can play Foraging Wickermaw into Lissalana Informant. I guess this does make it harder to play Glister Bairn than if I'd named blue. Because now I need a green, and then another green. Okay, maybe I actually should have named blue. Wow, this is a really hard deck to pilot. This is a really hard deck to pilot. All right, I mean, we are cursed to only ever face elves, because that's the deck of the day, pretty much. Like, anyone who is playing the format a lot seems to be playing just a colossal amount of elves. But, you know, you got to beat the best deck, I guess. I will probably put this one in the bin, right? It does let me play. Actually, maybe that's a good one to play next turn because I cannot play Glister Bairn. So I could go, well, I want to go Formidable Speaker. Yeah, maybe Formidable Speaker Great Forest Druid is better than Formidable Speaker Foraging Wickermaw. Okay, maybe I will keep that one on top. Anyways, we're going to assert perfection into this so that we don't have to deal with Tristan. And go ahead. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can Formidable Speaker Foraging Wickermaw. And then Glister Bairn's going to be kind of sweet. Okay, Safe Right Cavalry. So they're beating down, but I'm not too terrified of that. Oh, I don't have the second green, do I? So I have to play Foraging Wickermaw here. Okay, so let's start with Foraging Wickermaw. Oh no, this is a green. This is a green. I do have a second green. So yeah, then I will do Formidable Speaker, Great Forest Druid. I like the ramp at this stage. And I think I will discard the Foraging Wickermaw. And do I want the double white one? The problem is I can't actually cast it. Double white is awkward here. I mean, this is obviously the card that I want, but I cannot cast it right now. Let's see. I'm missing a white. Great Forest Druid will give me 1 white, but pitching the Wickermaw deprives me of the other white. Yeah, maybe I just want Wildvine Pummeler or another Glister Bairn. That could be good. Oh, Reaping Willow could be kind of nice, I guess. I have black? No, I'm missing 1 white or black. Oh no, but I'll have it when I play Great Forest Druid. This deck is so complicated. Holy smokes. I really want Airdew, but I just don't think I would still need to draw a white source after all of this. Oh, wait, hold on. No, yeah. Dare I risk it all? Tristan, or Formidable Speaker, sorry, not Tristan. Formidable Speaker can untap Great Forest Druid to filter for white, but then I'm relying on Great Forest Druid to play both Glister Bairn and Airdew, both of the cards in my hand. I think I will take a Wildvine Pummeler. It's a tough choice. I wish I could have taken Airdew, but if they kill my Great Forest Druid and I'm looking at Glister Bairn plus Airdew stuck in my hand, I'm gonna be so sad. I guess if I draw any land, Formidable Speaker would let me untap the land so that I can play Glister Bairn. So I don't need the Great Forest Druid for the Glister Bairn to work. Okay, Plains I guess is fine. So I'll play the Plains and then go ahead and play Glister Bairn. Attack with Lissalana Informant. They can trade if they want. And then untap it with Formidable Speaker. If they trade, it's a little awkward. But, you know, I'm getting them as good as they're getting me. I think they probably will trade here. Okay, they trade. I get to surveil at least. Endblade's Epiphany is wonderful. That's a really good draw. It lets me kill their Safe Right Cavalry. Super happy with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Killing Safe Right Cavalry seems good. So I'll take this. My dream scenario is that they just pump it. Okay, they don't. Shucks. But I can drop a Wildvine Pummeler for 4. Oh, you have your own Wildvine Pummeler. That's bad for me. That is bad for me. So I could just shoot your Wildvine Pummeler and attack for 4 here. I wonder if that's good. I kind of like the idea of getting to play something off the top. So, okay, I think I'll do this. I mean, I am taking a lot of damage, but I get to look at this top 6 cards. It does exile a bunch of cards from my deck. Wow, I'm glad I did not spend 6 turns drawing this atrocious curve out. But Virulent Emissary is awesome. I mean, what an amazing crop of cards to mull, right? Virulent Emissary is awesome. So I will go with next, Pump the Speaker, crack in for 5, bonk, and then play a Death Toucher. Don't mind that at all. Do not mind that at all. That holds back the Safe Right Cavalry very nicely. Their deck is sort of elves, but sort of something else. It's kind of interesting. So hopefully between Virulent Emissary and Fordable and Wildvine Pummeler, I mean, something will live long enough to get into combat with the Safe Right Cavalry and hold it back. Or not. Oh, and now we get to play Airdew. Oh, heck yeah. I don't even know if I do. It kind of feels like maybe it's overextending. But, okay, I'm going to Glister Bairn onto Formidable Speaker, see if it gets in. Okay, this deck is awesome. I'm loving my deck. I am loving my deck. If they use spot removal here, technically they can block this. Technically they can block this and then pump itself. I think it's worth seeing if they do that. Technically they can block, pump, and their guy doesn't die and they take 0 damage. But if that's their plan for how to spend their turn, I'm pretty happy. I don't really know. I haven't yet figured out what the board wipes are. I haven't seen a lot, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and play Airdew. I could have played the Pummeler as a safer thing to play, but let's just hold it back here. There's like some kinds of board wipes, right? So next turn I can flip this and all my stuff gets persist. That's pretty good. See what they do. Feeling like my deck has a lot of power. We just got totally outraced by the elf deck that we played last game. But even then we nearly stabilized. I'm quite proud of how my deck did in that game. I feel good about this deck. I feel like this is also the kind of a deck that can go 0-3, but every single game is really close. Which is not necessarily the mark of a good deck, but it's the mark of an almost good deck. And I think we as a community have to figure out how to build Vivid. It's not obvious. So, yep, let's do Erdu. Next, I will pump onto Formidable Speaker again, I think. And then attack with both. You're going to kill Isilu. That would be annoying. If you use the moment that you use spot removal, I'm throwing my whole hand out. Because my assumption is going to be that you do not... Okay, there we go. That you don't have a board wipe. What are the board wipes? I'm literally right now going to go Google the board wipes and make sure I know what they are. Okay, I just looked at the full set spoilers for a while. As far as I could tell, there's nothing in black. No board wipe that I saw. In red, there is a Mythic that basically you sacrifice a creature and it deals damage to your opponent's creatures equal to that creature's toughness. And in white, there's Winnowing, which is a very conditional board wipe. Okay, another tough match against a tough opponent, but I'm pretty happy with this. Kinscare Sentry, Lissalina Dignitary. Hopefully, I mean, it's hard for us to get an elf in the bin. Not super happy with the Dignitary. But we have ways, and I'll probably just be on Kinscare Sentry turn 2. Oh, Formidable Speaker is kind of a way to get an elf in the bin, kind of. But yeah, I'm just on Kinscare Sentry here. The 3/2 and Flash, if they play a land and don't do anything, 4/2 Flash, green creature, cannot kill Kinscare Sentry, so one thing to just, that I don't have to play around at least. So I'll play a land, I will attack. I will play Formidable Speaker, pitching Lissalina Dignitary. Maybe I'm actually supposed to pitch Glister Bairn here. No, because Glister Bairn I could play if I ever get to attack with 5 creatures, which is possible. But this I could play if I get to attack with 2 creatures. Honestly, do I just pitch Glister Bairn? I think that's actually correct. Because it seems a little weird, but I need to somehow find 2 more green to play Glister Bairn. Well, only 1 more because Formidable Speaker can untap something. Yeah, I'm going to pitch Glister Bairn because if I get to attack with 2 creatures next turn, I'll definitely find Erdu, by the way, then I get to just put Lissalina Dignitary into play. Glister Bairn is an awesome one, but all right. Well, sorry to my opponent. Not the way you want to go down, but we put a lot of pressure on them. So I do feel like, you know, we get some credit for that victory. There are some decks where that I've built recently where they would have had a lot of chances to draw their way out of that mono green stuck on 3 land situation. So, okay, on to the next one. And by the way, we just crossed Mythic 95% again. So feeling good to pick up a few more rating points. Okay, so we have Shimmerwild's Growth, Lissalina Informant into Erdu plus Reaping Willow. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. And Puka's Eye is just along for the ride. But hey, between this, we have 3 colors. Puka's Eye adds a 4th. Oh, what have I done? I hallucinated a forest. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Everyone must have been screaming. Everyone must have been screaming at the computer. Oh, oh dear. Oh dear. That should have been a mulligan. Oh, and I draw white. Yeah, I guess I'll name red. Oh dear. Everyone must have been screaming. Well, hey, we can still technically play Erdu. If I draw forest right now, oh, that's not a forest. Okay, anything I draw here, I can play Reaping Willow if I can get a land. Whoopsies. Whoopsies. I just completely hallucinated that one of those was a forest. Okay, well, technically I can play a card now. I purely hallucinated a forest in one of those cards. Oh, no. Well, folks, I waste my gems so you don't have to. Darn, and my deck was curving out so nicely. Oh no, this is tough stuff. Even Erdu I'm not sure is very good here. It looks like they have removal. Pyrrhic Strike on both of my permanents so far. Well, this does speed bump them. I'm happy for them not to have the 4/3. If I get another land, I'll play Erdu, but I can't actually convoke anything because everything costs green. Ah, sigh. Okay, all right. Okay, Shimmerwild's Growth onto one of these lands for green. And then I'm going to play Lyssalana Informant, try to get another green card. Try to get another forest, I mean. Yes, another forest is good for me, right? Now I could play everything in my hand, including Erdu into Virulent Emissary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can actually play Saproling Nursery next turn if I want to. Brigid is a tough one for me. Oh my goodness. Oh wait, but it doesn't buff this. I thought it gives everything +1. Is that a different Brigid or something? Okay, maybe I'm thinking of a different card. Oh, maybe, yeah, no, maybe I'm just thinking of the Kithkin Lord. Never mind. Okay, Surveil, keep it on top. Yep. Yep. All right, I'll play the Death Toucher and play Erdu. Oh, if I survive this scrape, I do not deserve it. I don't think that I will, to be clear. I think I'm toast, but all right, play that, play Erdu. Lifelink is good, right? Technically, I could play Saproling Nursery here if I want to be really bold, but I don't even have a land to back that up. Soul Warden is doing some good work for me. If they have Assert Perfection, they can play this and then Assert Perfection. They could also just have Oblivion Ring. Then I would block Brigid with Virulent Emissary. Hopefully I could draw a land after that. Okay, you can kill it. I'm at peace with that. Pacifism is not so bad for me, right? Because then I can give all of my stuff Persist anyways. I think I'll just take the 5, 6, 7 here. Flip Erdu. Oh no, Persist is not good on Virulent Emissary. Never mind. Forgot about that. Oh, and they have another 4. Oh, they're just going to exile this. Okay. I accept. I accept. It's unfortunate, but I accept. All right. Snap block something. Crossroads Watcher, I guess. Well, that does have trample, but I kind of like the idea of just killing that guy. I guess I could actually just take the 5, hold this back for the Mist Meadow Council with the idea that Glister Bairn is a really good blocker against everything else. Okay, I'm actually going to boldly take 5 here because I'm about to play a Glister Bairn. Oh, Glister Bairn takes everything. I can't also play Lyssalana Emissary. It does tap for mana, though. But I can't even behold an elf. That's too bad. Okay, I'll play this. All right. Put some power and toughness on that, but definitely not attack. So if they flip it, then they get a 1/1. They choose not to, so they have a lot to do with their mana. Yeah, I feel like we could have made our way out of this scrape if I had mulliganed. Like this is an aggressive deck, which is hard for me to deal with, but it's not crushing. Oh, I can. This is an elf. I can cast Lyssalana Dignitary, my bad. But I couldn't have done that and also played Glister Bairn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I draw a basic, I can play Saproling Nursery, play the basic, and play Lyssalana Dignitary. They just got first strike on everything. Okay. So I just have to chump block, take 7. Yeah, that's not good. Oh, take 9. Oh, I must have miscounted some. Oh, that has trample. Okay. Well, too bad. I totally bungled that one. Sorry, folks. Should have just mulliganed. Too bad. Down to Mythic 94%. On to the next game. All right, a better hand this time, please. Okay, I do not have green, but I do have Foraging Wickermaw, plus I have Kinscare Sentry. Saproling Nursery is like terrible, or Sapling Nursery is terrible here. But I think Kinscare Sentry plus Foraging Wickermaw should be enough to keep this. Beautiful sleeves by the opponent. Huge supporter of their sleeves. I'll just play this tapped. Next turn, I'll play the Swamp into Kinscare Sentry. Then play a Wickermaw. I think I'd rather have the Sentry out. It's just a nice threat. I mean, there's a million removal spells that they could have here, but you can't be scared of everything in life, you know? Happy to draw Forest. That's very nice. It makes the Sapling Nursery cheaper. Okay, actually, I probably will Evolving Wilds. So I need to Evolving Wilds first in order for the Wickermaw to make any sense. So I can attack with Kinscare Sentry. They block with the Boggart and they shrink my guy. It's kind of inevitable that they'll get to do that anyways, so I'm going to go for it. They do turn this into just a 1/1 first striker, but okay, yep, or that happens, and then I'm really happy. So I do this, crack it for a forest. Technically, that would have been nice to save for after Sapling Nursery, because Evolving Wilds gets you 2 nursery triggers. Oh, that's cool, right? That's cool. Here, do I just want the forest, actually? 1, 2, 3, 4. So after I have 3 forests... So let's see. I play a land next turn, and filter through the Wickermaw. Then Wildvine Pummeler costs 5 mana, but I only have access to 4. Attack with 2, and I don't get to put anything into play. I think it's not about the forest right now. I think that's just not what I should be doing. It's kind of cool to ramp into nursery, but this is not the greatest nursery deck, by the way. I'm just trying to... You know, in a Vivid deck, you do want as much power in your deck as possible, so it kind of makes sense for me to be playing it. Okay, well, we get one anyways. From that perspective, it kind of makes sense for me to be playing it. But at the same time, I'm mostly just trying to experiment with powerful cards. So next turn, I probably will play the nursery instead of the pummeler, unless they really do some beatdown and convince me I need stats on the board. I really like the idea of just starting to get free 3/4s. That sounds really good to me. Okay, 2/1/1 counters on it. When something dies, you surveil, etc. I have to take some damage here. Probably it will be 2 turns of taking damage. Technically, I could double block this. That would give them another treasure. I don't really want to double block it because it makes Wildvine Pummeler that much more expensive, and I've managed to maintain a pretty good life total so far. And all of these are pretty good blockers against the Heirloom Ante, especially because I'm keeping it small by not allowing a creature of mine to die. So I will play the Forest and play Sapling Nursery. And now we're off to the races. Every land we get is a 3/4. That's good. That seems good. That seems really good. Seer on Kinscare Sentry. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of brutal. I need my Foraging Wickermaw to survive because now my plan is filter Foraging Wickermaw. Oh, wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because I have a green Sapling Nursery, the Wildvine Pummeler, I can still cast it. Okay. So I can block with Foraging Wickermaw. That's fine. I do not have an elf in the bin or an elf to reveal for Lissalina Dignitary either, so that's pretty bad. You will Blight 2, put a minus on the Foraging Wickermaw, get 2 counters on Heirloom Ante and Surveil. Yep, that's pretty good. But I'm about to put a lot of stats on the board. I am about to get some stats on the board, so I'll take a bunch of damage here. I'll save Wickermaw as a chump blocker just in case it's relevant later. Oh, Luminolisk actually makes it relevant, right? So I'll play this, get a 3/4. Yeah, we're doing it. Now, I could technically play Luminolisk, but then I can't play Lissalina Dignitary. This guy's not a changeling, unfortunately. Would I rather play the Luminolisk than the Wildvine Pummeler? It's actually possible, right? To get some life back and be stable. I kind of like the idea of just playing Wildvine Pummeler, to be honest. Right, this thing does cost 4, right? I don't have any elf. You're not an elf, you're not an elf, you're not an elf, you're not an elf, you're not an elf. Okay. Yeah, I wish I could double spell, but alas, it is not meant to be. All right. Well, I don't know. Maybe they don't have removal for Wildvine Pummeler. Blight Rot and Seer. Okay, Feed the Flames. Yeah, that's a good one, obviously. Okay, I think the O2 will block the 4/3. The 3/4 will block a 3/3. I'll just take this. I'll just take it. It does put me to 9, but I really like the idea of having this guy out when I play Luminolisk. Reaping Willow is a nice one, right? That's actually a nice one. So remove 2 counters. Return a creature with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So I could bring back Kinscare Sentry. Yeah, I think I like that a lot, and it makes my Luminolisk much better. So let's do that. I'll bring this guy back. First strike lifelinker and a 3/6 lifelinker. I don't hate it. I'm not going to attack. I don't think attacking right now is the move. And then Luminolisk should gain me 4. That's pretty good. And they've spent Seer and Feed the Flames already, and the Boggart. Hopefully, at this stage in the game, my cards are on average more powerful, and I have this Sapling Nursery out. Brambleback Brute. Does this make something not able to block? So twice you can make something not able to block. That's brutal. That's brutal. Wow. Wow, that's just almost lethal right there. Okay. So I probably just... Let's see. Probably I just block with the Wicker Maw. Take 6, go to 3. No way. Maybe I just throw away some resources here. This seems like a situation where you're supposed to throw away resources. Kinscare Sentry's not that amazing. Foraging Wicker Maw living is worth 1 HP to me. I don't really want to go to 2. Next turn, I can block there, and this gains me 3. So block there. Luminolisk blocks the 4/5. Gaining 3, taking 5. Ugh. Okay, so maybe I actually do just take the 4 here to get the extra 1 mana out of the Wicker Maw. Why don't I just chump block the 4/3, take 4, go to 5? I think that might be best. It's too bad to throw away my guy, but okay, it was kind of free from Weeping Willow. Oh, that is an amazing draw, right? That is an amazing draw. Is that an instant? No, it's a sorcery. So I'm going to go blue, I guess. Blue. Play a Luminolisk, leaving green up. Gain 4. Really glad I saved this Foraging Wicker Maw, actually. Assert Perfection. Shooting Reaping Willow into maybe Heirloom Ante over Sourbread Ante, to be honest. Shoot this one into that one, because 4/4 is a pretty tough stat line for me to deal with, actually. So I'll do it like this. Gain 3. Go to 12. Yeah. Sounds pretty good, right? And then I'm not going to attack. No. So now Luminolisk would block the Brambleback Brute. I just have good blocks. The issue is if they can blight onto the Brute and start making me unable to block again with my lifelinkers, that's tough. That's tough for me to handle. Looks like they may have drawn some action because they're thinking about an attack, which they wouldn't do if they didn't have anything. Mudbutton Courser, okay. When it dies, destroy a creature an opponent controls with power 2 or less. That would, or wait, yeah, power 2 or less. That would be Luminolisk. So that's pretty bad for me. But okay, let's go with Lissalina Dignitary and play land. Get a 3/4. Still no attacks, which is a little awkward. I do have plenty of good things to draw, so hopefully I draw them. Shimmerwild's Growth is not necessarily one of them, is it? But okay, I'll just do this right now to get another color. Let's see, what am I hoping to draw? Basically, Glister Bairn would be good. I want to keep a card in my hand for Formidable Speaker. Puka's Eye would be nice. So if I draw Formidable Speaker, then I'm punished for playing this. But even if I draw Formidable Speaker, I can probably just play something else. So I can probably just hold something else, like discard the next thing I draw. So, okay, I will make this. Let's see, I have white, black, green in droves. I'll choose red. And no attacks. I'm just waiting for them to draw something bonkers. There could be bring everything, all the goblins back from your graveyard. That could be something that they could have. Another Shimmerwild's Growth. This one I think I'll keep in my hand even if I draw Puka's Eye. This is a problem. Like the Shimmerwild's Growths. Yeah, if I draw Puka's Eye, I can choose blue and just start drawing. The Shimmerwild's Growths are a bad card in the late game. They're really only for ramp. And they're actually worse than lands in this situation because every land would get me a 3/4. Looks like they might have drawn a Blight, so they can Blight onto the Brute. I have maintained my life total pretty nicely, though. I'm very pleased to be at 13 HP. Looks like they might be about to kill Luminolisk somehow. Cinder Strike on Luminolisk. Now, this makes all of my Tree Folk indestructible, right? I cannot save my Elemental Luminolisk. Okay, that's too bad, and then they can make something unable to block. And then, are they going to attack with everything? I think that would be a little bonkers of them, to be honest. They're thinking about it. Huh. Strange. Okay, well, block here. These two can trade. This one blocks that. Actually, do I just double block the Brute? Maybe I just double block the Brute. Take 5. I really hate this Brambleback Brute. It makes my life hard. So yeah, kind of like this idea. I kind of like this idea. I don't need Forging Wickermaw. This, when it dies, will kill either the Wickermaw or the Dignitary. So yeah, this looks good to me. Take 5, go to 8. Keep 2 blockers. I'll see if they have a trick. I do always have the option of exiling my nursery, which I don't want to do. Okay, glad to get rid of that Brambleback Brute. That's really nice. This can only target the Dignitary as predicted. And let's see what they have. Seems like maybe they had a good card. Apparently not. Oh, that is a nice one. I don't hate that at all. Do I play it during my turn? I don't think so. I think I'll play it during their turn. Until the end of your next turn. It does deck me by 4, but that's probably not relevant here. Okay. We'll see if they go in with another aggressive attack. They did not. I'm very happy with the result of that last attack, by the way. I'll do 3. Might as well just do like everything that I possibly can to this, right? Just in case they have because it's equal to the power. Exile a card from the top equal to its power. So I can do this equal to 6. Sorry, equal to 7. I don't think I have an instant that I want to play here, so I think I should just do this for everything in case they have a pump spell, basically. Okay, so goodbye to that guy, and I get to exile 4 cards and pick one of them. I will choose to play... Oh, this is not the best distribution of cards, is it? Maybe Lyssalina Informant. It has power, and it lets me surveil. Guess I'm kind of glad to get all these cards off the top. I don't think Chitinous Graspling is important. I can get a blue permanent anytime I want. So, okay. Okay, Eclipsed Elf could be good. So let's play the Eclipsed Elf first. I could get a land and make a 3-4 worst case scenario. No, are you kidding me? Erdu is on top. This is whenever any land enters, right? Okay. Sure, I guess I'll get a Temple Garden. No, putting Erdu on the bottom is so sad. I guess, do I just attack with Reaping Willow? Maybe I just attack with a 3-4, honestly. And let's go in with Reaping Willow. I mean, maybe they have something nutty here, but I kind of like the idea of just gaining 6. And I think their hand is empty. I think they would be attacking if they had drawn anything. Then I'll play Lyssalina Informant, Surveil. Do not want Great Forest Druid, and I'm at 14 cards, so I think I can afford to put things in the bin. And then I'll play a Temple Garden tapped and make a 3-4. All right, pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with that turn. Play a land. I love my deck. Okay, all right, we got there. I love my deck. That was a long game. Holy smokes. That was a long one. What are we at now? 3-2? Is that our record? 2 losses, and that was our 3rd win. Yeah, 3-2. Okay, all right. Let's go for 4. 4 is really almost a break-even point. That's my goal. My goal at a minimum is 4 with any draft. So let's try to do it. As we hop into our next game, I want to say, if you are enjoying watching this draft and you want to get better at Magic right along with me as I draft Lorwyn every day, go ahead and click subscribe using the link in the description below. If you're already subscribed, leave a comment and let me know what you thought was a cool play, what was a less cool play. Have you been having luck with Vivid? Do you prefer a different archetype? And go ahead and tell your friends, let them know about these cool videos where we get better at Magic together by drafting. Here, unfortunately, I do perceive with my own 2 eyes that I do not have a forest, so we have to mulligan. This is a nice hand. I'll keep it. I actually wonder, do I put back Glister Bairn here? So I'm going to go turn 1 Virulent Emissary, turn 2 Shimmer Wild's Growth. That gives me 2 different colors. Turn 3, I may have to play the Eclipsed Elf. Yeah, I think I put back Glister Bairn. I may have to choose blue or black on Shimmer Wild's Growth to play Eclipsed Elf, I mean. So then Wild Vine Pummeler is probably a 5-drop, just like Glister Bairn, but with lesser mana requirements. I think the mana requirements of this hand are bad enough. They're like tough enough to match that I don't want another card that has really tough mana requirements. That's a nice little response to what I played. Okay, now I do have the luxury of making this add, let's say, a blue mana. Blue is probably good. I guess I could say red because I have no red permanents and I do need access to red mana occasionally. So let's go with red. I mean, I could actually also say white. Is white better in case I draw a white card? But I could pull Temple Garden or Hallowed Fountain off of Eclipsed Elf. No, I could pull Temple Garden off of Eclipsed Elf. Okay, I'm going to go with red. This is a tough decision, but I'm going to go with red. I'll thank myself if I draw my red spell. If I draw Eridu now, I'll be sad. But that's okay. Sometimes in life you have to make decisions, and sometimes those decisions make you sad. And that's just how it goes, you know? Okay, Eclipsed Elf. Great Forest Druid is a nice draw. Eclipsed Elf is also really nice here. I will grab a forest card. No, Eridu, goodbye. Oh, that would have been a nice little sequence to draw, wouldn't it? Rats. But okay, now Wild Vine Pummeler is pretty cheap. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Unfortunately, I cannot play both Wild Vine Pummeler and Great Forest Druid in the same turn. If you attack with that, I will just take one. That's fine. I feel like I am not supposed to be attacking. They seem pretty darn aggressive. But yeah, kind of just want to go Wild Vine Pummeler here. Puka's Eye. Oh, I'm almost on Puka's Eye, aren't I? I can name blue. So can I actually go land, Puka's Eye naming blue, and then Wild Vine Pummeler comes down for 3? Don't mind if I do. I don't mind if I do, right? That's how that works, yeah? Puka's Eye naming blue. Temple Garden, okay, that's kind of nice. I think I named blue. I could also name white. I think I named blue. And then I play Wild Vine Pummeler for 3. Heck yeah. All right, that's awesome. No attacks and end. I don't know if they have a 4th land. Did they miss a 4th land? No. Was I on the play? I guess I was. Okay, now I do need to draw something. Any white permanent would be wonderful here so that I could just start drawing off of Puka's Eye. Like Kinscare Sentry might be the best possible draw. But my only white permanents are Reaping Willow, Kinscare Sentry, or my 2 other Shimmer Wilds Growth, or Foraging Wickermaw, actually. Okay, you are a 6/6. That's not ideal. That is not ideal. Yeah, so I think I go great. I think I don't really have any options, right? Great Forest Druid, play a tap Temple Garden. I do gain a life. Hopefully they don't have attacks. If they get any removal spell, of which there are 1 zillion in this format, then they will have attacks. Okay, that guy goes away and kills Virulent Emissary, forcing me to trade Wild Vine Pummeler for Gut Splitter Gang. Well, not forcing, but I probably have to now. Eclipse Boggart is a really, really good one. All right, I really want to draw some good stuff here. I would like to draw something good, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I could, if I, Lasting Tarfire. Okay, the build around. I have really wanted to make that card work. Ridiculous card. Okay, Plains is a pretty ridiculous card here in the sense of being ridiculously bad to draw. Yeah, I've wanted to try Lasting Tarfire, but I don't know. I'm just not enough of a gamer to try to do that build around early on in the format. But someday I will. Oh, Glister Bairn, I wish I had you back. Wildvine Pummeler was the right card to have in my hand. Much better than having a Glister Bairn there. Okay, so you shrunk your Boggart, and then you're going to deal 2 damage to me. What does this do? Oh, this card is absolutely out of control. I think this is good game. Kind of needed to draw like anything other than just 3 lands in a row. Temple Garden, Plains, Plains. I wonder if I actually was supposed to be on 16 lands with the triple Shimmer Wilds growth. It's just hard when you're trying to hit all of those different... Sure. It's just hard when you're trying to hit all of those different mana. So you could just keep doing this, and you absolutely should, I think, because you have way more toughness than I do. I actually was wondering if they can make me do that block, and then maybe they have enough other creatures that they could just keep blighting. Okay, I mean, 4 lands in a row, you're not going to come back from. It's too bad. I think we had a really good deck. Yeah, I think we can pretty much wrap it up here. I'm not going to concede just yet, but like if I draw another land or another non-entity, then that's it. 3/3 is pretty good though. Again, if you had a good time watching this and want to get better at Magic along with me, go ahead and click subscribe in the link below. I will be drafting Lorwyn every single day of the format. There's going to be a Winnabox weekend last weekend of January. You can bet I will be playing a lot of Winnabox weekend. I'll be practicing some sealed in the run up to that as well, so that I can do what I can to get good at sealed before I have money on the line. Probably won't be messing around so much with vivid decks that only draw lands. Maybe one thing that we learned from this event is 16 lands when you have triple Shimmer Wild's Growth just is worth it. Because I do feel in some of these games where I lost to these like epic curve out goblin or elf decks, I really was just on like land after land after land. So with Forging Wickermont does not replace a land, but the 0/4 Great Forest Druid does, and then the Shimmer Wild's Growths do as well. So that was a really fun deck to draft, and I do feel that I learned from it. I think the one takeaway is on these vivid decks with tons of ramp, go down to 16 lands. It's just worth it when you have Shimmer Wild's Growth plus Great Forest Druid, even if you have a massive top end. But hey, we had some good games when we didn't draw too many lands in a row. We managed to get there and stabilize. So I'll be drafting Lorwyn again tomorrow. So until tomorrow, have tons of fun playing Magic, and don't be afraid to splash.